Hi, it's the Mike Rogers Show, and today we have a really super special artist. And let me just tell you some background information. So a long time ago, when I was a general manager at a big Japanese FM radio station, I found Amy Winehouse, and I didn't find her. I went to Tower Records and I asked the buyer there, "Hey man, can you tell me any really new music that nobody knows?" And he said, this is really good, Mike. Check this out. So I took it back to the station. I listened to it. I said, this is great. So let's start playing this because we needed to have a new sound, right? So we started playing her, and then everybody gave me a hard time about that. Actually, they were like, "Amy Winehouse, I've never heard of her. Rehab, what's going on?" And I was just like, what is wrong with you people? And then maybe a year later, or maybe a year and a half later, maybe 2 years later, she won the Mercury Award. And then all of a sudden she became big. And then all of a sudden in Japan, she became huge. She was on morning housewife talk shows and things like that. Anyways, enough about her. This is the next Amy Winehouse. Her name is Ruby J. And she's an 18-year-old. Are you 18 now?
Yeah, in June, 18.
18-year-old superstar, future superstar, gonna be a superstar from Midlands in the UK. Ladies and gentlemen, won't you welcome Ruby J? Yay. I'm so happy to have you on this show. You just got played on Rodney Bingenheimer's show?
Yeah.
Do you know who Rodney Bingenheimer is? No, you don't.
I haven't heard of him until my management told me. But yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a radio DJ for like 50 years.
Really? Oh wow.
And I've known him for that long, and I'm actually one of his curators.
Oh wow.
So I send him music, and I sent him your song, and I said, "Listen, Rodney." Yeah, well, it's my job. So I was like, "Listen, Rodney. You remember Amy Winehouse, and I told you to play it, and you wouldn't play it, and then now you regret it. So don't do this again. Play this song. Play this. You must play this song." That's what I wrote, and he played it, and I was surprised that he played it. But I mean, I'm not surprised because "Home" is such a fantastic song.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much.
So you wrote that song yourself?
Yeah, I wrote it early this year, around January, February, I think. That's when I wrote the tune.
Really?
Yeah.
18. What was I doing when I was 18? I was watching TV and not studying at school, that's for sure. Yeah. So wow, that's really cool. So, and I'm serious when I say that I believe that you are going to be the next superstar. You're going to be the next Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, whatever, Amy Winehouse or whatever. And I can always pick them right.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
So tell us about yourself.
I was 13 at the time when I first picked up a guitar. I was wanting to play for a while, and I just discovered indie music as a whole.
You just what?
I just discovered indie music.
Indie music.
Yeah, I got really into the Arctic Monkeys. They were the first band that introduced me to the world of music. Yeah, and I was watching all the old sets that they'd done at like festivals, like UK festivals, Glastonbury and Tea in the Park. And I used to watch it doing my school homework and like listening to their sets and just being in awe of the way that they were able to hold an audience and write amazing songs, and it made me want to do it myself. So I locked myself away learning guitar, watching YouTube videos on how to play, and then my dad took me to open mic nights at pubs and stuff in the UK, and I just fell in love with music really, and I didn't stop going to them. They were great for gaining confidence.
Wait, so you went to pubs at 13 years old?
Yeah, open mic nights.
Isn't that against the law? In America, that's really against the law.
I was with my dad, so it was okay. Don't worry.
Oh, so in Japan, in Japan, you could walk in. No one will say anything. Even if you probably started drinking, nobody would say anything. You know what I mean? It's getting stricter.
I was so there was no alcohol involved. Don't worry, it was all legal.
Oh, that's cool. Well, no, in the United States, just in a venue that serves alcohol, that if you're under 20 years old, you go in there, that's breaking the law.
Yeah, that is
the land of the free, home of the brave, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe you know, Ruby J, I'm an American.
Yeah, I can tell.
But I left that place like almost 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just God. Anyway, we're talking about you. So you've been you've gotten comparisons to Amy Winehouse and Macy Gray.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really see it personally, but I feel like when people hear, I don't know, like a different voice, they often make comparisons to Amy, as she was like one of the mainstream unique singers who didn't, sound like anyone else. So people were quite quick to make that assumption, because it's kind of easy to pick someone of the mainstream that did that kind of like jazz. And had that kind of voice, which like is brilliant. It's a brilliant compliment. I'm a huge fan. I think she was one of the most important female musicians, and has influenced many female musicians and the music industry as a whole, really. And it feels like there's kind of a hole that's been left, and now that she's gone, like a big gap in the industry, especially in that genre. So yeah, I'm trying my best to bring it back.
Yeah, actually, your voice is quite unique. Kind of reminds me of Billie Holiday.
Oh, I'm a huge Billie Holiday fan. She really is one of my favorites.
So you started music at 13 years old. So
yeah.
Actually, then, if you did, then as far as rock musicians are concerned, you're an old person now. Most rock musicians pick up a guitar at 17 and start playing. And that doesn't happen with like other types of music, like country music or jazz. They're usually, grow up with grandpa, and they're playing in a band since they were little kids, and grandpa taught them how to play, and that's why they're such awesome musicians. But usually rock musicians are not like that. So you started at 13. So did your dad buy you a guitar or what?
It was actually my dad's old guitar. He didn't play, but he had one. Like he messed around with it a few times, but he never sat down properly with it, and I borrowed it to learn how to play with, and then he bought me my own little Tanglewood guitar, and that was the first one that I ever learned how to play.
Was it so your dad had the guitar, and then he just kind of wisely left it out so that maybe Ruby will see it and then pick it up and play it. Is that what his plan was?
No, he realized that I'd got into the Arctic Monkeys, and he was a fan when he was young of theirs and still is now, and he went to see them like back in the day before they were big, and he'd seen at shows and stuff, so he was like, oh wow, you like the Arctic Monkeys, and then we like bonded loads over that, and we listened to them in the car and stuff. And then I told him that I wanted to play guitar, and he was like, well, I have an old guitar in the attic, and he brought it down finally and he gave it to me, and that was it. I just like never stopped playing it since.
Wow. Over your shoulder I can see David Bowie. There's a David Bowie Aladdin Sane poster. I was so hardcore David Bowie fan, like in 1970. I was so into it. I even wanted to look like him, even though I have dark hair and stuff like that. But I wore Bowie shirts.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
So you're the only one like your age and stuff that's into that kind of music? No, or
well, where I'm from, it's not really the most musical townish, but like luckily with the industry that I work in, I get to visit lots of different cities and play everywhere. So I get to meet a lot of people that have the same type of music style that I listen to. Like they all love the same kind of stuff. But I'm really into loads of genres, to be honest. It took me a while to list my favorites.
Yeah,
like the psych.
Oh, go ahead.
It's like the stuff, like the 70s stuff, it's kind of hard to find people that are into it as well, especially people that aren't musicians, I'd say.
I do a lot of different styles of music on the radio.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
shows that do like really weird music, and then I do garage and indies, and I also do jazzy type stuff. So I'm all across the board, and I don't know very many people who like everything, you know?
Yeah.
I like everything, basically.
Yeah, best way to be, you know, you can enjoy it all.
Yeah, you know, in the car, my friends get, you know, they're used to like, yeah, Mike does garage and punk, so we're gonna ride in his car and we're just gonna rock out. And it's like Bach or Beethoven comes on, and they're like, "What the
really?
hell?"
That's nice. That's nice.
At age 13, so your dad took you to a pub, and then you did a what? An open mic night or what?
Yeah, do you have those over there? They're super cool.
You weren't nervous or anything?
Oh yeah. There was, bear in mind, there was like 3 or 4 people in the pub, and it wasn't like busy or anything. But I'd never played like to people before. Like I'd only be in my room. I couldn't sing the best, but it was different. But it wasn't like, obviously it wasn't how I am now, because it's taken me a while to develop and stuff, and find my voice / sound. But yeah, it was an open mic, so anyone was able to play, and it was run by a friend of mine that, well, I'd met at the time, but he was a friend now. I didn't know him at the time, but like now we're great friends. And yeah, I played a football chant that my dad told me to sing, because I didn't.
Football chant?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. But I can interpret it in my own little way, and I turned it into like a slow balladist type of thing, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and ever since I just kept wanting to play live, and it's really cool for like gaining confidence in front of people. Cause you get used to it, you know, and you get used to being on, I say stage, it was a tiny pub, but the more you do, the more confident you get, and the more songs you learn, and you want to, and the more that you get.
So those 3 customers who were there and saw you that night, they have bragging rights for the rest of their life. I saw Ruby J when she played on a stage in front of 3 people, and people would be like, "Whoa!"
I had a really great reception. It made me you know, confident, and made me want to do it more. And it was a really nice feeling to be able to play for people and know that I could do it.
After that,
I've been playing like acoustic solo for the past 4 years. I'd only just got my amazing band that play behind me in February this year, and we only played our first show together in March this year. So I've been playing like on my own for 4 years. So it's really nice now to have this like amazing 6-piece band that I get to play with at every show. It's really cool.
But isn't it hard to go from like playing solo to all of a sudden playing with all these other musicians? Like everyone's got, isn't it hard?
I thought it would be. I really did think it would be a task, especially because I'd been so used to just playing on my own. But when we rehearsed together our first session, it kind of came quite natural. I think it helps having really talented musicians in the same room together, and the more you play, the more you feel more tight as a band. And it was great because when we played like our first show together, everyone like said like, you sound like you've been playing for years. So it was really nice to hear that. And we get on really well, so that helps. And the more time you spend together, you know, it all just comes together really nicely.
When you were playing solo, Ruby, did you use a metronome?
No. No, my timing wasn't the best, if I'm being honest, but it kind of worked in my favor because it made me a bit more have more of a unique style as an acoustic artist, you know, on my own, and more entertaining, because I was always this stigma of like, you know, when you go to a show and they see like an acoustic player, the audience doesn't shut up. Like most of them are talking, and they wait for the band to come on because they can talk, and you can be, and they can heard more. So I always had this frustration of like wanting to shut everyone up, you know, and like listen to me. So I kind of gave the most like energetic performance I could in a way. And I've been told that I play acoustic quite different to other people, in a more percussive kind of way. And don't get me wrong, like I enjoyed it. I really loved playing on my own. It was really cool. But it's really nice to be able to have like a 6-piece band to make people shut up, you know. And
shut up,
like,
you. Shut up.
Listen to us play, man. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying now. But yeah, it's nice to have like brilliant musicians to be able to play alongside with, and it makes you more not comfortable, but makes you more laid back in a way, and you don't have to just rely solely on yourself to give this brilliant performance. You've got you like have the know that they're gonna, whatever you do, you're still gonna sound amazing because you've got this great energy, you know.
So I've been to the UK twice, but
yeah,
I'm not
London,
to London to the Rain Dance Film Festival.
Oh wow, nice.
So actually, I've been a jury member there, and they selected my film. If you want to see it, I'll send it to you. And
yeah, sure.
It's a rock and roll movie. I make rock and roll stuff.
Ah, nice. Sounds great.
So is the Midlands, is that like Liverpool area? Or...
No, that's more up north. The Midlands is. Oh, I don't feel like there's any point me listing these places because you probably won't know. Okay. It's not the most interesting place in the UK. It's pretty much the boring place. The Midlands.
Good. It's good. And your dad is your manager now, or your?
Yes, he is.
So you can trust him.
Yeah, for sure.
That's very good because a lot of people in the music business. I'm not saying they're not trustworthy, but you gotta work out.
Yeah.
So Sultana, I know that name, and Alex Turner have become your big fans, your big cheerleaders. How did that happen, or what?
No, they were my influences when I first started. Yeah,
I see.
I wish they were my fans. It'd be amazing.
Have you gotten any like big names to say like, oh yeah, Ruby J is hot? Besides Mike Rogers, okay? Besides
there's an artist, I don't know if you've heard of Paloma Faith.
Of course.
Yeah, I did a TV show back when I was 14. It was called The Voice. And she was the person who picked me to go on her team, and I was a fan of her. I still am. She's like got a sick voice, and she coached me on the show, so that was nice. That's probably like the biggest name I'd say.
So when you say she coached you, like she elbowed you and said talk here and stuff, or play it like this, or was she kind, or what kind of?
No, she was really nice, really easy to work with, which is great because when you like meet someone in real life, like a celebrity that you've like been a fan of, it's kind of intimidating sometimes, but she really gives that energy. She was super welcoming and like easygoing, and it was really nice
You are very lucky. Have you ever heard the saying, never meet your heroes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've met many heroes, and I can't say I was disappointed. I don't know, but it was just like not what I expected. It was just the only one who was really terrible to me, and everybody was really pissed off at him. But after it was over, they were all complaining about him, and I said, no, what did you expect? It's totally what I expected. That was Johnny Rotten. He was so rude to me and everything.
Oh no!
But I kind of thought like, well, no, that's the way he's supposed to be, isn't it? So I was very happy with that interview. I thought, wow, this is great. This is great.
Yeah,
he's rude to me and stuff like that. So yeah. So okay, so what's going on this year and next year with you?
I'm releasing my first ever EP.
Wow.
Yeah, and that comes out late this year, December the 15th. It's called Backtrack, and it's great because I hadn't released music for a while now, and I've just released my single, which is off the EP. So it's great because it kind of best represents my like current musical sound, you know, better than the stuff on Spotify does, because that was like a year ago, and I'd kind of it's more mature, you know, mature release, and it's the songs that I've been playing around the UK with the band every show this year, and they'll be released on the EP, and there's 5 tunes off it, and I'm really proud of the project. It's my first ever project, so it's nice to be able to release it, and yeah, I'm excited for everyone to hear it. I really enjoy playing the songs live, so I hope that people like to listen to them.
So what record label is this on? Your first?
It's a label called Lemon Sun, who are lovely and after me very well.
That's a UK label.
It's a LA label.
LA?
Yeah.
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
I'm from Los Angeles.
No way.
Yeah, actually, I am. I'm from Los Angeles, but like I said, I've been here for 40 years. Do not regret leaving that place. But you will love it, Ruby, because LA is very nice if you're a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but living there is, I don't know. So okay. So on December 15th, 2023, your first EP comes out. It's on Lemon Sun Records. What's the name of the record?
It's called Backtrack.
Oh, Backtrack.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect for Christmas. Yeah. Perfect for Christmas. Yeah. And then, are you doing a tour or anything to promote the record? Or
we'll be doing lots of shows next year. I'm sure I've not announced any headline shows, but stay tuned. You never know.
You never know. You mean you might come to LA or
maybe. I'm sticking in the UK for a while.
Sticking in the UK.
Yeah. Gotta smash the UK scene first. I'm sure at some point in the future.
Ruby, do you have any last words or messages to your Japanese fans?
Hello. How are you? I've got a song out that you should go listen to. I just released it last Friday. It's called Home. If you like soul music, old school Motown tunes, it's very much of that vibe. It's on all streaming platforms. You should go and give it a listen. If you want to have a little dance or brighten up your day, put it on and it'll cheer you up. And
Ruby J, this has been a great talk. It's been really fun. You're a wonderful person. You're a bright, and we say in Japanese, genki, which means very I don't know how to say in English, but very like healthy and energetic, things like that.
Oh, right.
That's really great. And I really appreciate you coming to do the interview for us.
That's okay. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Nice chat.
So thank you so much, Miss Ruby J. So you can check, if you like this video, click like and subscribe. And then down here are links to Ruby J's songs and her web pages and stuff like that. So be the coolest kid on your block and go click like and subscribe to Ruby J and be the first kid on your block to love this superstar artist. And I picked it for you guys first. Come on, listen to Mike. Mike knows what he's talking about. Anyhow, thank you so much, Ruby.
Thank you for having me. Bye.